Hello and welcome. Welcome to today's video. I'm Ragnvald, the Powerwork Builder. And today we are finally getting around to doing the next 4 stages of the Dodge Charger. We did May, June, and July. Now we're on August, pack 21. I am still 3 packs behind on this car. I did contact Fanhome and asked them, why they stopped sending me, my late issues, because they had sent me May, June, and July like that. I mean, it was quick, and then so they got to 20, so then they waited a month before they sent me 21. And they said, well, we caught up on the build, and that was only issue 20. That car was on issue 23. This car and the Dodge, both these cars I started building the same time. They are both supposed to be on stage 24. I just finished stage 24 on that car. I should be on stage 24 of this car, but I'm only on August, stage 21. And they said, well, I just have to wait a month for the next stage, which would be September. So I guess I'm just three packs behind on this Dodge Charger for the rest of the build, because Fanhome does not want to doesn't want to keep their promise of sending me my back issues to catch me up to speed. And to catch me up to speed would have been 23, because that's where the Knight Rider was. This car should have been on 23, and then today's video that I'm just doing now should be issue 24. But they didn't send me 24 because to them, issue 20 was caught up to speed. Wrong. I called them out on it, but not much I could do. They won't, they won't do anything to, catch me up. They say that, I just gotta wait, which is wrong. But I'm not gonna keep complaining about it. We're just gonna move on to building the car. We will be putting the other quarter panel on today. Plus, we'll be putting the engine bay on the car. Now, one last thing before we get on with the build. If I was caught up to speed, and if I was on stage 24, I would have already had this quarter panel on. I would have already had the engine bay on, and I would have already had the driver's door done, and possibly even the passenger's door done. That's where I should be, is up, I should be either completing the passenger door or done with it. Instead, you see where we're at. So, let's start off with stage 79 here. So here's our parts that we got for 79. Here's our build sheet. And then that's where we're at. So I'll just set this up over here. I'll bring the shell back over here because we're going to need that to put our piece on. So, 79. And of course they gave us quarter panel, lights that we don't use in this stage. We use them in the next stage. So, just like the last video, we're just putting the panel on this side, and then we'll put the outer panel on that side. So we want to put this in with 4 SM screws. So we want 2 in the back. So I gotta turn this around so it's facing the right way. So we want 2 in the back here. So there's 1. There's 2. Now, Mr. Fumbles likes, eating screws. I guess he was hungry. I don't know where that... Mr. Fumbles ate that screw. So, I'll just have to go to my screw box and see if I can find me another SM screw. And that goes right here. I think I'm missing one though. I feel like I'm missing one. Yeah, there's supposed to be one there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 5. They want 5 screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2. That doesn't make sense though. I mean, I can see there's an extra hole, but so there's 1, 2. 3, 4. But this thing only shows 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Yeah, that is weird. It shows. Oh, the 5th one is on this page. So they put 4 SM screws on this page, and then they show the last one on this page. Okie dokie. Whatever. Talk about trying to confuse somebody. Okay. There we go. So that's on there. So next thing we do is we put the quarter panel on. So there's our page. And that's where we put the non-lit marker lights. And then we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 AM screws to hold that panel on. So get our little marker lights here. And then our side panel. There's a little tab on it to put the light on, that little tab goes up. And then this goes over it. And then if I can just move that just a little bit, I can set that down so I can put the lens cover on it. And figure out what I did with my DM screws. Okay. I think I'm losing my train of thought here. Well, it doesn't matter. I got my Dodge box over here. I got a whole bunch of DM screws. Just have to find them. I'm not sure exactly what happened to the ones that were supposed to be in the package. But it doesn't matter. We got the screws. Okay. Oh, the DM screws are right there. I'm blind as a bat. So we'll put this on just like we did with the other one. Wow. This piece almost looks like it's deformed. I mean, I know it'll go on, but you can kind of see it's kind of bent there. But it'll be all right. We'll get it. Hopefully, by just putting the screws in, it'll make it better. Provided the screws want to cooperate. All right, so that's one in place. Okay, that's 2. And then you'll want to put 3 in this panel. And then we'll put 1 back here. And then we'll put another 1 back in this corner. Well, okay. I know there's one that goes back there, and it's just not going in there. Now, that one's not going in there for some dumb reason. And I don't have one on the other side either. So I put 2 there. I put 3 there, and I put 1 there. So 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to put 1 in that hole, but I can't get it in that hole for some reason. And I don't have 1 in this hole over here either. I don't know what's going on with it, but I can always take it apart later and try to figure out why that side's not going, or why that screw's not going in there. All right, so for now we're done with that. So now we got that quarter panel on. Now go on to issue 81, which is the engine bay. See, looking like that. And then that's what it looks like when it's done. So let's flip this over. And then we'll get this. Attached very snugly to the front of the car. Kind of had to, force this side on here. Right there. That was a little snuggly. Okay, so they want us to put a QM screw right in the middle. Well, sorry, those are DM screws. Wrong screw. Here, my QM screws. So put one there, and then one on the left side and the right side. All right. Well, that's definitely not going anywhere now. It wasn't going to go anywhere before, but definitely not now. So now we need our FM screws, because we're going to put two in each side of the pillar. And I find that having the car on its side does work better to try to get the screws in. Here we go. Now I should be dipping these in oil, but they seem to be going in relatively easy, so I'm not too worried about it. But if you do dip them in oil, they do go in a lot easier because they kind of help cut the thread. So there's those 4 FM screws. Yeah, so that's the end of that. So now here's our door. And all we're doing on this door, which I think is kind of dumb, but okay, whatever. You're just putting the door lock, the handle, and the mirror. That's it. That's all we're doing. Until September, when you probably get more of the door pieces. So I'm just trying to kind of slide this over here a little bit. I mean, I can't even put the door on the car because I don't have any way of, fastening it to the car. All I'm doing is making some silly, mirror and door hinge thing. Or the handle. I don't even have the door lock. Or do I? Oh, I guess I do. It's in this little bag. Well, if I'm not careful, I'm going to lose the dumb thing before I can even put it in the car. It does have a D-shaped pattern to it, so it only goes in one way. Freaking fiddly little piece. It's just a push fit lock, but it was just a freaking fiddly little piece to push in there. Need an AP screw. Put the handle on. Okay. And then we need a DM screw to hold the mirror on and a CM screw to put it together. You know, a year ago I was actually enjoying this build. Now, do they want... Now, which way do I put this? Because one side is different than the other. Okay, so as you can see, it's got kind of a weird shape to it. You want the smaller shape and the screw hole toward the top. And I don't know how the heck I'm going to manage this one. I can't even hold the two pieces together. Let alone I can't even hold the screw on the screwdriver. Alright. Sure do know how to make things fiddly. Can't just make it one piece, you know. You gotta make it fiddly. And then, of course, I can't even get it to screw on there the right way. Or on there tight enough. Well, I'm not going to sit here forever trying to do this. Anyhow, that just goes on there like that with a DM screw. I'll fiddle with that off camera. You don't need to see me struggling with that. So until I get September's pack, I've been Rogneval the Powerwork Builder.